Yo, Counterattack Podcast with myself, Daps. Lamin's not here, Spence ain't here. Spence is out coaching, Lamin is out coaching, but we've got someone who is accomplished, I should say. Is that fair to say?
Oh, I like the sound of that, yeah. I like the sound of that.
Who's accomplished? We've got, a more than worthy replacement. We've got Jamal Campbell-Ryce. I said that there's no clang claps.
I was just waiting for the ripples in the background. Yeah. No, thanks for having me though.
No, it's good, man. It's good. How are you today, man?
Yeah, I'm good. Very good.
Okay, so for those people that don't know you, do you want to introduce yourself? Where you at? Yeah, Colchester, isn't it?
Yeah, player coach at Colchester. Come out of the blue, to be honest. Like, see, at my age now, I'm like 36, going on 37.
When are you 37?
April.
Do you still want to play like that?
Yeah, I'm still fit enough. Still fit enough, and like I'm training most days, playing games still for like. So like my role is 23s player coach. So like I train and play within the 23s and coach.
Yeah.
Within that, so it's good. Like it's different because obviously for the last 20 years, all I've done is play first team football and got I think over 550 appearances under my belt.
I see that on the wiki.
Yeah,
it's a lot of appearances.
Yeah,
a lot of clubs.
But yeah, like but do you know what? I'll be brutally honest. I didn't think the coaching thing was. I just didn't think that was my lane. And I'd done my B license a couple of years ago in Northern Ireland, and I just said, nah, definitely not for me. And I got the call, and because it was like still playing the playing role as well, I just thought, let me go and try it out. Do you know what? I love it.
Is it?
Yeah, I'm getting
under 23s as well.
Yeah, the under 23s. I think it's a difficult age, probably the most difficult age to coach, because when you get to that sort of age between 19 and 20, 21, 22, them players really should be first team footballers. So they're like the ones that are the most frustrated because they're always looking over to the first team, wanting to get there, but they're not quite ready yet. So it's a lot of ego massaging and all the rest of it. But now I'm enjoying it day to day with the boys and all the rest of it. It can be like a lot tougher on them than like under 18s or 16s as well.
Don't you ever feel to, because I'm glad you're on the 23 coach. Congrats on the role, by the way.
Thank you, my friend.
Because if you at 23, if someone said to you, like, come join us, be in the reserves, it was reserves back then, be in the reserves, what would you have said?
The thing is, this new under 23s thing, it's all new though, isn't it? So like this.
How long's it been around now? For like 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
Or maybe is
it even that long? I don't know if it's even that long. There's under 23s football.
I'm sure.
Because there was 21s. I don't know how.
21s.
Yeah, there was 21s, but I'm not sure how long the 23s has been going on for. But like I've been playing first team football since I was 17. So like, and I know that was like been on like a few loans and all the rest of it, but I was still exposed to men's league football.
Yeah.
But obviously there's different routes to it now, and we've got players that they've recruited from like the non-league, because a lot of players are like busting through the non-league now and that. So it's an opportunity for them to do that. They bring them in, obviously, and normally the non-league players are a bit rawer than the ones that have been through the academies. So I suppose it's good from that standpoint. But the ones that have been in the academy from the young ones and all the way through, it is a frustrating period for them, like doing that 23s football and all the rest of it.
Do you ever tell them, well, you're not going to tell them this, but do you ever look at them and just think, though, that you should really and truly go out and play men's football?
Yeah.
At the age of 23, man, that's
100%. See, like at Colchester, do you know what? At Colchester, it's probably the most perfect club for me to learn my trade with what I'm doing now, the coaching. And they are big on the younger boys going out on loan.
Yeah.
If clubs want them, like we've got a couple players now that are doing well, and they just want them out because they're nowhere near the first team, because to be fair, our squad's so big and everyone's fit. But and that's probably the only reason why. But they're nowhere near it, so they just want them to go out and play men's football. And to be honest, it's non-league football, but it's still men's football, which is what they need.
Do they ever? I mean, have you not still got that link with Morden?
Yeah, it's going really well. Like Morden, I think they're top. Obviously, they got to the second round of the FA Cup.
The boys from Colchester playing.
Yeah. There's a few of them. We've got Tyreek Hyde, who's doing really well. Lamin, Kazim, Billy Cracknell. So there's a few of them that that are doing really well there and they're getting exposed to it, so it's good.
You come across any, like, you mentioned egos, but any of the young boys that's got that attitude where you're just like, you know what? If I was your age, you know,
I think in this day and age, all the kids are like that now. Got that ego and attitude. And because when I was that age and coming up, I say that age, when I was like 17, 18, and I come through at Charlton. And the first team,
no,
they used to...
We're going to get into
it.
Yeah.
They used to, like, if I, like, because I'm small and that, I've got like a big character and I was a little runner, man. They used to just put me in the bin upside down, and John Fortune, Kevin Lisby, all them, man, Jason Yule, like, and it was wicked for my upbringing, you know what I mean? It was like that way of getting in with the first team. But now you do that, you're under pressure, you know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, they have got attitudes, man. They have got attitudes.
Yeah, no, it's very different. I was talking to, we had Owen Price?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we had Price, he was talking about it, he was just like, the attitudes are just, it's a different thing now.
Yeah, it's mad.
And I find, because obviously I still play in it, so I find that with the younger players, it's a respect thing. There's still that thing, but some of them, you just can't talk to them.
Yeah. I think, do you know what? Since I've come in and the respect levels that they got for me is there because they can see that I've played it and I'm still kind of current and I'm still training and playing with them. So I think that they respect that first, if you come through the door, the first thing I'm going to respect you for is you kicking ball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they can see that I can kick ball. So I think I got the respect from them from the jump off of that. So, and then the way I talk to them and all the rest of it, they know that I've been there, done it. So whatever I'm telling them for their good and their well-being.
Yeah. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even. Normally you've got Spence here. He's manager of Wolverhampton Abbey now as well.
Okay.
And he's got patience. And
you need that.
Oh my God. I ain't got patience. I couldn't do that.
Yeah, you need that.
They'd kick me out of the club.
Yeah, you need that, trust me.
But funny story, and I mentioned this to you when I was messaging you. At our first live show, I think it was, obviously we've had 3 sold out live shows, just saying.
Bravo. Yeah.
At the first time we had Anton Ferdinand. And then I was meant to get the clip up, but I didn't get it. I don't know where in the video it is, but it's on YouTube if you need to go and see it. Basically, someone asked him something where it was like, was there ever a moment where you felt like you maybe didn't want to play football or whatever? And I don't know if you remember this, but he said he came up against you when he was at West Ham. I don't know if he was in the youth or whatever. He came up against him and you just tore him a new one.
I'll tell you exactly when that was. Yeah, I'll tell you exactly when that was. It's mad. It was actually a pre-season friendly. And I was still at Charlton. I'd gone on loan. Well, I'd gone on trial to go on loan to Leyton Orient. Obviously, I was still a youth.
Yeah.
So, and at the time, it was the last pre-season game.
Yeah.
And they'd brought me in and 2 other wide players for the trial to sign for, I think it was like half the season or whatever. And I played a couple of games or whatever, been training. The last game was against West Ham at Orient's ground. And it was like obviously Orient, West Ham, rivalry. Like it was jam. I was sub, come on. And I was dancing on him. I was dancing him. I scored a banger as well. And that just sealed my loan move. And obviously Anton went on to, gone on to play at a top level and all the rest of it. But yeah, I'll take that one to my grave with me. Yeah, gladly.
Well, I guess it's so funny because if you go back and, you know what, when we're done, I'll clip it up and send it to you. But when he was saying it, he was just like, listen, boy, like even hearing, like seeing him go back in his mind of all the players that he's ever come across where he's just like, no, this is a long, he mentioned you.
Nah, that's humbling as well because obviously, like I said, Anton's played at the top level and he's been a top pro for many, many years. So for him to say that and even remember that game, then I am humbled by it.
Yeah, no, that's mental. That's mental. So obviously you started at Charlton. Didn't quite work out.
No, I didn't. You know, it was a great club for me to learn my trade and all the rest of it. I had some very good coaches that helped me along the way. And I always think did I leave too early? Because I was still on a 3-year contract.
Yeah.
But because I'd been out on loan so much, I was like, I can't come back in and just sit in the reserves. And I just forced a move through to Rotherham. Just because I just wanted to, when you get that feeling of playing men's football week in, week out, the fans, doesn't matter if you're playing in front of 2,000 or 10,000, which it fluctuated week to week. But then to come back and play in the reserves and play in front of 70 people, like my head was gone. And I was only, like I said, I was only a kid, but I just wanted to play. I just wanted to play as many games.
How does that forcing the move come about?
I just knew that because I'd done well at my last move before I went there was Chesterfield. I went to Chesterfield and I was flying, and they wanted to sign me. And to be fair, I wanted to get the deal done. And then Rotherham come in for me. They were bottom of the league, but they were in the Championship. So I've always said I wanted to play as high as I can for as long as I can. Yeah,
I've got a list of all your clubs here.
Oh, there's a lot of them.
So wait, Charlton, you had 3 low moves. Do you reckon you can name all your clubs?
Yeah.
In order?
Yeah, I could give it a go.
Go on.
Yeah, shall I give it a go?
Go on.
So Charlton, then went to Leyton Orient, Wimbledon.
Yeah.
Chesterfield. Then went to Rotherham.
Did you like it at Rotherham? Because you played quite a few games. Or was that over 2 years?
Yeah. Did I like it at Rotherham? I was the only black man in the dressing room.
Oh, gosh.
So that was the first time I was ever exposed to that.
Did you get the microphone jokes?
Nah, no Paolo Venazza?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's one of my boys. He was there, so he kind of like took me under his wing and looked after me.
Player.
Baller. Like, he's a bad boy, trust me. So where did I get to? Yeah, Rotherham, then Southend, then Colchester on loan from Rotherham. So what happened was I went to Southend on loan from Rotherham, agreed a deal and all the rest of it, but then they couldn't agree a fee when the end of my loan. So then I was like in limbo, refused to go back up to Rotherham.
I think I read something about that. Actually.
Yeah, then went to Colchester. I got 2 promotions in that year with Southend and Colchester. Both got promoted to the Championship. Ended up agreeing a deal with Southend. Went there. Southend to Barnsley.
Who was your manager at Southend?
Steve Tilson.
Did you enjoy playing under him?
Loved it.
Yeah, I could tell because when you look at the appearances compared to like some of the earlier ones.
Yeah, loved it. It was a club. It was just like, it's like a family club. Like everyone got on, like, and his assistant was Paul Brush, who was my manager who brought me to Leyton Orient on loan. Yeah. He was, them two were like, they were brilliant for me. Like Brushy was unbelievable. So
Southend.
So Southend then got my moves to Barnsley. Barnsley had a very good spell there. Very, very good spell. Yeah. Loved my football up there. Then went to Bristol City. Yeah? Yeah. Am I doing well? Yeah, Bristol City.
I feel like you've just gone on my memories just before you come here.
No way. I've never been asked this question before. So then Bristol City, then from Bristol City, I had a loan move back to Leyton Orient.
Were you able to go there because of your previous...
So what happened, Derek McInnes, the Aberdeen manager now, he came in my last year. They got rid of Steve Coppell. Yeah, he left. Derek McInnes come in. And no, actually, that's a lie. Keith Millen was after Steve Coppell. He was the assistant manager there for years. And then didn't work out. Millie was a good coach. Not sure he was a good manager, but very, very good coach. And then Derek McInnes come in. Then at the time we had Albert Adoma on one wing and Yannick Bolasie on the other.
Oh, come on.
So like and at the time they were on absolute flames.
Where's this, Bristol?
This was Bristol City. They were like a joke. So like,
where's Adoma? Is he still at Middlesbrough?
No, Adoma's at Notts Forest.
Oh, he's gone.
He got promoted with Villa last year. Run down his contract. Went to Forest. So he's there now. And then when I saw the manager, because I weren't playing, I said, "Look, I'm at the end of my contract's up at the end of the year. I need to get back playing." Didn't let me go for ages, and then let me go to Orient come because Kevin Nugent. I played up front with him before when I was at Leyton Orient. And then he was assistant manager with Russell Slade at Orient. So that was where that link come in.
Russell Slade, where?
Yeah. Yeah, I've really liked him as
Yeah.
well. So then went back to Orient. Had a few games there for a couple, and back end of the season. Then went to Notts County.
Is this when Notts County had the money?
Yeah.
Was that the
Keith Curl was the manager.
Was that why you went there?
I just need. Do you know what? Like I was dropping a level down back to League One, but yeah, they were ambitious, and Keith Curl was very ambitious.
Yeah,
and he's one of the best managers that I've ever.
Is he still managing Keith Curl? Because he's a good manager.
He's at Northampton. They're flying.
Oh, he's at Northampton.
Yeah,
okay,
they're
cool.
flying. I saw him the other day, and how he got sacked was, to this day I'll never get it. That was probably one of the best teams that I've ever played in.
Yeah,
but without a striker. That's all we was lacking, and they refused to give him the money for a striker. We wanted Jason Scotland, and he was at Ipswich at the time.
Yeah.
And Jason Scotland wanted to come, just got paid up, so wasn't asking for a lot. And you'll never believe this. They offered him £100 a week.
No, they never. Not Jason Scotland.
They offered him £100 a week because they know that he got. To be fair, he got paid up like nice. I know. So, and then he ended up going to
somewhere and banging goals.
I think he ended up going. Was it Swansea that he ended up going? And was just.
Jason Scotland did go Swansea. I don't know if it was.
And he was. Or was it Barnsley? One of them clubs anyway. And he was letting off, and he was desperate to come to Notts County. So Keith Curl was vexed. Anyway, long story short, we was just lacking a striker. They sacked him when we was. With a game in hand, we was outside the playoffs, just outside the playoff places, and I think that was in like February, March, and then Chris Kwame come in, couldn't stand it. We couldn't stand him. We had our differences, and I let him know.
Wait. What were the main differences with Chris Kwame?
He just wasn't my type of guy. Let's put it like that. We had differences in opinion, and I made that known. And because I was like the main man at that time, so he couldn't really tell me nothing.
Yeah,
and I thought he snaked Keith Curl a little bit, and I didn't rate that.
Oh, what was he? At the club when
he was on the play. He was on the staff.
Yeah,
I think he was dealing with the kids, and then apparently he was going behind the gaffer's back to like the chairman and blah blah blah, saying he's doing this wrong, doing that wrong.
Do you only hear about this after the fact, or you kind of see it?
No, I spoke to Curly, and he just.
Oh, just
yeah, you know what I mean. So anyway, back to my clubs. After Notts County, then I got to move to Sheffield United. At Notts County, I was flying.
Yeah,
like I was for 2 years. I was like, and at that time I was like 30, 31, 32. People, and that's when I was thinking, I'm like winding down.
Yeah,
I got my move to Sheffield. I was like a joke. Got my move to Sheffield, and under Cloughie, he signed me. And again, I was the only black man in the dressing room. And
what's that like for you, though, man?
Do you know what? It's never bothered me. I don't care about things like that. Like when I'm in the stadium, when I've played at Mill umpteen times or wherever, in the racist remark. Like some people are like can't hack it.
Yeah.
Some people like get emotional.
What's your worst stadium that you've played in for all of that?
Mill. Yeah.
Shock.
Oh. They don't play no games. When I was a kid, I was at Mill and I'd be in the stadium watching the first team. Remember Paul Eiffel and Stephen Reed? Yep. And they'd be doing monkey chants to him and like, you black bastard and rare and this, that and the other. And I'm in the stadium like sitting next
Stephen
to
Reed, Republic of Ireland one.
Yeah.
Man,
It was honestly like, they don't play no games. When I played against them, they let me know the colour of my skin. But I used to just turn around and laugh. Like, honestly, things like that. Some people get really affected by it. And I just never have. It's a way of the world, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just like, obviously, it's more scrutinised because we kick ball and we're in a public eye. But it's like, you go down the street, you go in the office, like, there's racism all over. It's just, you know what I mean?
So what, would you not agree with like the whole walking off and whatever?
Not really.
No.
Personally, listen, everyone's different. It's what makes the world go round. But I just see it as a sign of weakness.
Yeah.
Personally.
What, if you walk off?
Yeah. Yeah, what are you walking off for?
Why?
What are you walking off for? Because somebody calls you a monkey or a black bastard, or like, you get called that like in all walks of life. You know what I mean? You go to another country, you go to Spain.
Mm.
They're so racist over there, but like, what are you gonna do? Not walk down the street?
I think for me, it's so when Haringey did it.
Mm.
I mean, if they did it in it, but I think had it done something, I probably would have agreed.
But this is my point. So with all the implications that the FA and the UEFA and all these people are trying to put in place, is it really stopping it?
That's what happened. So when they ordered the replay of the game, just normal replay, no repercussion or not, I was just like,
this is my point. Like, if the repercussions were that strong and it's stopping people from doing it, and like, we're talking about a worldwide sport here.
Yeah.
Like, how are we gonna stop that? Like, it's impossible to like point out, oh, he's banned from the stadium. Like, so what about his mate?
And you always hear as well, like, because it's like a society issue, to think that you walk into the stadium and instantly you're not racist anymore.
But listen, that's just me, innit? Like I said, I respect everybody's own opinion on it. Like, I played with Danny Rose, and he's spoken quite openly about the racism, and it's not, and it's not right, and it is disgusting. It is. But I just don't know what walking off is going to do, because you still have to play the game. You have to replay the game. You're still going to receive the racism, and you're still going to get the chance. It's just like, for me, I've always been able to put that at the back of my mind, and it makes me run harder.
Yeah.
It makes me want to kick you harder. It makes me want to score a goal. It makes me want to take you on even. Do you get what I'm saying? But that's what makes the world go round. Everyone's different.
What would you say your strongest attribute is, or the strongest part of your game? The dribbling.
Yeah.
You think you still got that?
I can beat people now, but
Yeah.
I used to be rapid.
Yeah.
But obviously, like, I'm not quick anymore. So I beat people with my intelligence, 1-2s, or just moving the ball or whatever. Because I used to play, obviously, everyone knows me as a winger.
Yeah.
But like now, when I play for the 23s, I play like centre midfield. Because I can handle the ball and all the rest of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do remember you being rapid. It's mad because I just know rapid.
Yeah.
So when you say that,
I would literally get it, be touch, push and go.
Do you think that, because when I was younger and I was on the wing, I had bare skill. Bare. But I had a coach that took it out.
Yeah, that's been known. That's what
It just took it out of me.
Coaches and like, we've got a couple players at Colchester now. We've got one that springs to mind. Got unbelievable feet. Sometimes does his tricks and his flicks unnecessarily.
Yeah.
And all the rest of it. But I'm trying so hard not to be hypocritical by dragging that out of him, because I remember my upbringing, coaches, Jammer, just move it.
Yeah.
Oh, just put. And I don't want to take that out of him. I want to encourage him to do it, but in the right areas and get the right end product. So it's a difficult balance, because you can get frustrated on the side as a coach. That's the thing what we spoke about earlier on in the show, the patience thing.
Yeah.
When you're standing on the side and you're coaching, and people are like doing stuff, and you're like, don't do it like that, do it like this. But I'm still in that mold where I'm a player, so I can half relate. Do you get what I'm saying?
But you see, when you're coaching now, and then obviously you're on the pitch with them as well, do you rip into them? Or is it like...
I'll more rip in... I'll never rip into people about giving the ball away. Lionel Messi gives the ball away.
Yeah.
Like, Xavi Alonso gives the ball away. Iniesta gave the ball. Like, nobody does that, but everybody gives the ball away. One thing I will rip into people about is work rate, because that should just be a gimme. Yeah. That's bottom line, because no matter how good you feel in the morning, by the time that nighttime game comes, you'll be feeling different. You think, I feel good. And then you're feeling dead.
Yeah.
And you might have a poor game, but that doesn't stop you from running around and putting a shift in. So that's probably my one thing which I will pull them up on, is work rate.
Okay, cool. So you don't be shouting at them now on the pitch?
No, I'm pretty calm.
You coach them through the game?
No, I'm not really one of them. I'll give little pointers. I'm not one of them screaming, shouting, and say, here, there, go there, left, right, up, down. Nah.
Do you still want to play first team football? Yeah,
I mean, I've still got the bug. You got to remember, for 20 years, I had that 3 o'clock feeling. Like, I'd prepare right on a Friday. I train, come home, put my feet up, eat right, do everything right, wake up Saturday morning knowing that I've got a gate. And now that, like, that's just gone.
No, but
So
that's what I'm saying. Is it, like, without getting into too many details about your whole setup or your situation, is it a thing of, like, your coaching the under-23s, you're playing with the under-23s, and that's you exclusive?
No.
Or if you do well, would they be like, nah, play with us?
Yeah, I'm still on a playing contract. So,
okay.
like, I can still, if they, like, had injuries or if they was on a bad run and they needed me, then I'm available for selection.
Yeah, I went to watch Colchester 4 weeks ago.
Against who?
Ipswich.
Okay. Yeah.
Ipswich. Shout out Frank, Noobs.
Yeah. Oh, you know Noobs, yeah?
Yeah, and Theo.
Okay.
So, yeah, they got me tickets. Nice stadium.
Colchester?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's proper.
I was so
shocked.
shocked.
You've been to the training ground?
No.
Like, so when I was there before, like, must be over 10 years ago. And so have you heard of that old stadium, Layer Road?
No, I remember it.
Yeah, Layer Road. Like, that was like, it was like a shack.
Yeah. So
and then we used to, like, get there.
Something on that sort of.
We used to go there, like, either sometimes train there or we drive to, like, a university and all the rest of it. And then when I signed back and I went to the training ground, I was like, whoa. It's like, where's this coming from? Training ground? Like, they're doing things properly.
Yeah, because even when I went to the thingy, and so they got us the tickets, News got the tickets, and then he left them, went in. I picked up the tickets now, expecting just to be out on, with everyone else. And then went up to the players' lounge.
Yeah.
It's proper.
Yeah, they do things right. The chairman's really good. Like, he's really good. He's all about progression and he's all about the youth, it's really good. The setup there is really, really good.
Okay, cool. So you've got the bug to still play.
Yeah, 100%.
But do you have the thing in you where it's like, are you content playing with 23s, or it's just like, nah, you know what? I need to play like first team, because if this season comes, ends, and you haven't really played that many first team matches, and then whichever club comes in and be like, listen, for us.
If a club come knocking, then that's a bridge that I'll have to cross when I come to it. And I have still got the bug, but at the same time, like, I'm 37 in a few months, so I know that I'm not just starting. I'm coming to the end. You know what I mean? And I've had a fantastic career. I would have never envisioned me having the career that I've had, but I have, and I'm proud of myself. So, and if I can kick a little bit of knowledge from what I've experienced onto the next now, which is what I'm doing, and helping them kick on and carve out a career for themselves, then I'm happy to do it.
What's the, you're very media trained, by the way. I can tell you've been...
Really?
Yeah, you speak.
Yeah.
Got your media voice.
No. I've not done a lot of media. Like, this is just me. Like, just another intelligent black man, isn't it?
I hear that still. I hear that. What's the mindset like when you know? Obviously, you've been doing this for 20 years, but when you know it's coming to an end, does that on your mind, like, does it weigh on your mind, or is it like?
Do you know what? I was saying this to my missus, like,
shout out to missus.
Yeah, big up. I was like, it's tough because I keep on saying this and I'll keep on saying it, but this is all I've known for 20 years. Being a footballer, getting up, like, going training, being in the change room, the banter, ripping into people, me getting ripped. Just banter all day, every day, training, home by 12:30, 1, 2 o'clock the latest, picking up my kids and just having the rest of the day to myself. Now I'm getting in at the crack of dawn. I'm in at 7:30. I go in the gym for an hour. Then I'm prepping sessions. I don't get home till 5, 6 o'clock every day. So and without that bug of playing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's like there's a void in my life right now. And do you know what? For the last couple of years, when people are saying that they're depressed and like mental health stuff and all the rest of it, I didn't get it. And now I understand. I'm not saying I'm depressed or anything like that, but there is a void in my life. And now I understand when people do say that they've got mental health issues, I get it. Because, like, there's some days, like, I'm looking over at the first team, I'm like, I really want to be back over there. Like, I miss it. I miss the boys and I miss the banter and all the rest of it. And it's something that can't be replicated.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have found it tough, and some days I find it tougher than others, but you know, life goes on and we have to move on.
But what do you do for that? Because I always say that's why it's important to. Okay, so a couple of years ago, which is when the whole podcast started, and people on the podcast probably, you mentioned it again, but I broke my leg a couple of years back. And then for me, it was like, because they told I broke tib and fib, snapped.
Wow.
And they said, I won't play football again. Cool. I knew I'd play football again, but there was a moment or a period for like a month where I didn't come at the house. I had a big, the big frames.
Yeah.
I had all of that. And then I was just like, what if I don't play football again? Like, what do I do? And I didn't get depressed, but my mind was just like, I was shook.
Question yourself.
Yeah, I was like, what do I do? What do I do? So I started the podcast, started other bits and bobs, and I realized that football wasn't my purpose in life. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's what I do, it's what I know, and I love it, but it's gonna end one day.
Yeah.
And when it ends, my life ain't gonna end. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think it was very big I was very big on just knowing what your purpose is.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So for you, is it a thing of like, outside of football, you don't know what you want to do? Or is it literally the coaching gonna...
Do you know, I'll be completely honest with you. For like the last, no, I'm straight. For the last like, I'd say 5 years, 6 years, obviously like when you get to 30, I was big on what am I going to do, this, that. And I actually convinced myself that I didn't want to be in football anymore. Like after like I've stopped playing. It's like there's a big wide world out there. I want to do something different. Blah, blah, blah. And then I'm getting to that stage now and it's like I just love the game too much.
Yeah.
Like, and I've tried to convince myself, but it is all I've ever known. And yeah, there's like, I'm not saying that I'm going to be a coach and blah, blah, blah. This is all I want to do. But for the time being, like I said, that there's a void that I'm trying to fill right now. And like, and I am really enjoying what I'm doing. I've got some good people around me at Colchester that are helping me along the way and trying to make me the best coach that I can be. But no, I'm really enjoying it. It is good. It is good. I actually thought that I'd go into like recruitment, like scouting and all the rest of it.
we meant recruitment, like...
No. I always thought, like, I actually thought that like I fancy like going into, like going like different countries. I don't know, for example, working for Chelsea as an international scout and things like that. So I love watching games. I love watching games. Spurs. Yeah.
What do you think Mourinho appointment?
Mourinho's a winner. He's a winner. I don't agree with... So Mourinho's a winner, but if you look at Poch, Klopp, Guardiola, their styles and all the rest of it, Mourinho's like a dinosaur.
Yeah. Because
he's on that sit back, counter-attack stuff.
But
where that's not Tottenham's DNA. You know what I mean? But
what's Tottenham's DNA, please?
They're just like a poorer version to Liverpool, innit? Like the high intensity, in your face press, this, that, and the other, like play high intensity football. And they've been good at it for the last couple of years. And I didn't know if that was the right thing to do, get rid of Pochettino, but Mourinho's come in and...
I thought that was such a bad decision.
They've rushed it for me. They've rushed it, but the man's done so much for Spurs in the last 4 years.
Do you know what I mean? And it was like overnight when...
Yeah,
like,
it was mad.
And then Mourinho... I think they probably... Obviously, I don't know. I think for them, something wasn't right behind closed doors.
You took the words off my tongue. Like there's underlying issues. It has to be.
Because for them to sack Poch and literally 12 hours later have Mourinho in place, they probably saw Mourinho was available, ready to come, and then they just thought, you know what, let's just...
I don't think where Tottenham have been in the last 4 years, I don't think that they could afford to let Pochettino go without having a ready-made replacement.
Yeah.
Like 5 months ago, they was in the Champions League final.
Imagine that.
Yeah. Like, if they'd have won that, then what? You know what I mean? So they was that close to being successful and all the rest of it. So like, even though he got there, it still looks like he has done nothing because he hasn't won a trophy. So,
and the thing is, sorry to cut you. So the thing is as well, he didn't ever come across as trying to get out the club. Do you get what I'm saying?
I think Daniel Levy, it's been made known that he's very difficult to to
Is
get
he?
on
I
with.
didn't know
And
that.
yeah, like I've read a lot of stories that when it comes to transfers and all the rest of it, he's very difficult to deal with and all the rest of it. And look at Tottenham, like they're spending, and it's only like this summer where they brought in Ndombele and Lo Celso and Sessegnon, where they've actually spent a bit. But in the last few years, they've spent nothing. You know what I mean? So, and that must be frustrating for a manager because you go and see Liverpool and even Arsenal and like Man City and Man United going and spending this money because to compete, you have to compete, you have to do it. So he's been doing that on a shoestring budget. So like he knew that it was going to come to an end sooner rather than later. And it's just frustrating.
And the thing about Tottenham is that I support Arsenal in it, so I'm happy about this. But the thing about Tottenham is that for me, looking from the outside, for the last 2-3 seasons, two maybe, they're only a couple of real good signings away from really competing. And it just never came.
Yeah.
And Poch must know that.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yet...
No, I 100% agree. Like we've been lacking. I know we've got Kane and yeah, he's top quality, but...
Is he world class?
I think in this day and age, you'd have to say yes.
To you, is he world class?
No, because I grew up on R9.
Shake my hand.
Yeah.
Love that.
On R9 and people like that. Batistuta and,
yes.
you know what I mean? Baggio and like,
yes,
Beppe Signora and like Signori and like Harry Kane, he's brilliant at what he does. He scores goals. His hold-up play is brilliant. He's got no pace. He can't beat people. But there aren't... How many world-class players, strikers is there? Lewandowski, Aguero, Cristiano Ronaldo. And after that, scratching your head.
But this is what I'm trying to say, and I'm not going to get into this because it always starts a big debate. People start tweeting me and all that stuff. But because of the level of strikers I grew up on, so you mentioned Batistuta, I always use this one. Batistuta wasn't in his day considered world class. Very, very good striker. But he craps all over Kane for me.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then now, because there's not many about, I must now call him world class.
But that's the thing. People get it twisted and like they say that he's world class, but I think they can only say he's world class because there's not much else to choose from. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But I think when you see, it's not just about Kane. There's a lot of players like this. I think I always say the key moments where you might not even need a goal from him, but you just need a big performance.
Yeah. I say the same about Ozil.
He doesn't. No.
No, but listen, Ozil has got so much ability, but when it comes to big games, he does nothing. He does nothing.
Cool. We're not talking about Ozil today.
Sensitive subject.
Yeah, we're not talking about. No, to be honest, I'm gearing more to that. I used to be like, it's the people around him. Then it was like, it's Emery. But then the same thing I say about other players where there's always an excuse for them. I found that I was doing that with Ozil. And it's not a thing where I question his ability at all. Because ability... But if we're being really honest when it comes to Ozil, like, regardless of whatever the reason is, there's too many off games now.
I just want to see him do it in a big game that means that really means something. Or just like a game against Liverpool or Man City or where he is that guy that...
But I tell you what, that 5-5 game against Liverpool, he played all right. And then Emery dragged him. Do you get what I mean? Like,
yeah, but like that cup game you're talking about.
Yeah, but he could only do it in the cup because Emery wasn't playing him in the thing.
But like, this is the thing, like, in all these years that he's been at Arsenal, like, you can highlight one game. Like, this is the problem with him.
Which game?
Like, the one that you just said.
Oh, no, there's other games.
No, but I'm talking about against proper opposition where he's taken the game by the scruff of the neck.
United,
and you're saying...
We beat them 3-0. Chelsea, we beat them 3-0.
Like, he just doesn't do it enough.
Leicester
doesn't.
beat them 2-1.
Like, don't say Leicester ever again.
What do you mean? That was a big performance.
No, but he just doesn't cut it for me. Just doesn't cut it.
You know, your time on this podcast has come to an end. You know? It's annoying me. No, I'm playing. But yeah, overall, no, not Emery. Forget that, man. Mourinho, you happy with that?
Per se, like I think he'll get that winning mentality in Tottenham.
But you guys got to back him in the transfer market.
Yeah, you know he like to spend P as well.
Yeah, man. Because he ain't the guy to coach the current crop to get them to the next level.
He likes some ready-made players, which is cool. But yeah, we'll see.
I think he'll get the best out of Ali though.
He is at the moment so far.
Yeah, I think because there's always that one player with Mourinho who he can just depend on to just follow instructions.
Yeah.
And Mourinho just loves players that can follow instructions. He did it with Jesse Lingard.
Yeah.
And now look, he's gone and look at Jesse Lingard now.
Yeah, I know.
Playing like you.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
I was playing.
No, you're right. You bang on.
I'm playing. But throughout your career, what has been the best part of it? Was it Notts County? You mentioned
I've had. Do you know what? When I was at Barnsley, I had a spell where I was unplayable. When I was at Bristol City, I had a spell. I was at Notts County. That was probably my longest spell.
Yeah.
And when I was at Sheffield United, I had a spell where I was unplayable. So yeah, I've just enjoyed being able to be out there and and just enjoy myself. That's all. As a kid, that's all I ever wanted to do. And I never ever thought. I mean, here's one for you. When I was at Millwall, I signed YTS forms at Millwall first. And Millwall do this thing, or back in the day, they used to do this thing where when they offered the schoolboys YTS forms, all the boys and the parents, they make an evening of it.
I think you told us about this, Chono Samba.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. How is Chono? All right.
He's good, man. Yeah. He's good. That was a good podcast.
Yeah, he was a couple of years younger than me, but
yeah.
Chono, so Chono knows. So, and that evening, so I was there with my mum and dad and signed my forms. I was on a complete high, buzzing. Got in the car, skinning pure tea. My mum was at the front with my dad. She turned around and she was like, my mum's like a strict Jamaican woman. And she was like, let me tell you this. Enjoy it now, but wipe that smile off your face because they said that you're not going to be a footballer. They gave you a contract because you're a nice kid. They don't think you're ever going to be good enough.
Was that
That's
true?
what one of my coaches said to my mum on the day that I was, one of the best days that I thought was going to be in my life, signing YTS forms. They said they'd. And then from then, I just had so many people telling me I'm too small, not strong enough, not good enough, this, that, and the other.
Because that was a thing as well. Maybe not so much now, but I know back when I was younger, especially, size was
Yeah,
was
it's a big thing.
Do you get what I'm saying?
And do you know what? I always used to look at. So when I was that age, I used to look at Sean Wright Phillips, and obviously he was on the higher echelon and players and all the rest of it. I used to think we're the same build and got the same attributes and all the rest of it. And I just thought, nah. And I just worked my nuts off and been an international.
I was going to mention that as well. Playing for Jamaica.
And that's one of the biggest things that.
How much time you play for that? Just 20?
20 was 30 odd caps, I think I got.
If England and Jamaica both came in at the same time to play for us, would you pick Jamaica?
You just never know until you're put in that predicament, It's just, I think that's a difficult one to answer because, with it, when you got your heritage, your mum and your dad and all the rest of it, and obviously coming from a Jamaican background, that was a proud moment for the family, me representing them. You got England and you're just thinking of the exposure and all the rest of it. So it's things that you got to weigh up. I think it's really difficult to answer that unless you're in that scenario. I'd like to say that, I'd like to think that I'd still choose Jamaica just because of I'm a proud black man, proud Jamaican man. And playing for Jamaica was, listen, playing for Jamaica, there was a lot of obstacles and hurdles, playing for them. Yeah, it was just you know what Jamaicans are like.
Yeah.
So very unorganised and all the rest of it. And that just stemmed through the whole of the organisation. But let me tell you, it was still a proud moment. And singing that national anthem before every game, or the hairs on your skin, it was unbelievable. The fans were so passionate playing in the national stadium. Honestly, it was sick. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. No, I can imagine. Who were the players that you...
I played with all of Ricardo Gardner, Ricardo Fuller, Theodore Whitmore.
Fuller's a proper Jamaican as well.
What? Them boys, man. Listen, training sessions used to scare me. Like, we'd be training and like, listen, I used to think I was quick. Imagine you're training with 20 big, fast, strong, like all of them, like just huge, quick, powerful, and strong. I used to just stand on the outskirts because they used to tackle like wild beasts, mate. Like, and the coaches always say, Rice, come in the field, man. Get it. Like, no, there's a game tomorrow. I'm cool. Nah, man, you must. No, I was like, nah, I'm cool. It was crazy.
Did you, what do you call it?
Marlon King, Richard Langley.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
What's he doing now? Is he?
I don't know what King is doing, to be honest. I haven't seen or heard from him in time.
He just disappeared off the... Whenever I used to see Marlon King, I just always used to think, this guy's going to be on road after football, you know?
Yeah.
He was real, like...
Yeah, he was my roommate for a long time as well, for going away with Jamaica. Me and King used to get on well, man. He was mad cool. Hothead, but mad cool.
I remember, yeah, funny story. Back in the day, there was one girl I used to be on. She's older. I like the older things. So, yeah, I just used to be into this girl now. And she was just like, no, you're too young. But she used to flirt with me and that, innit? One day, boy, I just saw her with Marlon King, boy. And then she was looking all smitten and that. And one looked at me. He didn't know me, innit? But he looked at me. I was like, oh, man. So I think I've had a thing against him since then.
King is like good looking chap as well, like
trust.
Yeah. So like that was always one that you're gonna battle against. With him.
You lot played your home matches were in Jamaica, right? You know some countries they play abroad. What was it like being out in Jamaica? Like,
listen, you have no idea. So like we'd link up obviously and fly over, and then we check into the hotel.
Did you not fly over together as well?
The English-based ones.
Yeah.
Normally, like, unless like they were flying from Manchester or whatever. But normally, like, we'd all fly together. And then the actual Jamaican ones, like, we'd all get in the hotel. And when I'm telling you, our hotel for that week when we was in the hotel was like it was either a ghost town.
Yeah.
Where, I mean, like, all the players would just disperse and go and see family, gyal, blah, 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 whatever. Or the hotel was like a shubs, where, like, they just have all their people coming in and you go in your room and there's, like, 20 people in your room just billing up and just chilling, you get me? It was like, it was mad. But let me tell you, as soon as that game done, it was just a party. The parties that they took me to, the street parties, the dances, like, memories will never die. Yeah.
What was your best game for Jamaica? Is there one that sticks out in your mind?
I remember when we played Honduras in a World Cup qualifier at the National Stadium. And do you remember Palacios?
Yeah, Wilson.
Yeah, and Figueroa.
Is it Main?
Yeah,
yeah.
The left back.
Yeah.
And I was up
the one
against
that was
him.
at Hull or something?
Yeah.
From Wigan,
Hull and Wigan, yeah. And I was up against him. Let me tell you, and Palacios was playing like to the left of a free.
Is this Tottenham Palacios? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was playing up against them two. And I did some things to them that the stadium. After that game, I was like a national hero.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Like, they was going crazy for me. It was mad.
Wilson Palacios seems like the sort of player I wouldn't even want to, like, he'll just clean my legs.
Yeah. And that's the thing. At international level, all them boys are like big, strong, quick. So like, I backed myself at international. I was really happy. Apart from when we played against England, and remember that game at Old Trafford. I think it was 7-0.
Yeah. And Beckham, Crouch scored like a chat-trick or something.
Yeah, we got licks that game, but playing that game was serious.
That must have been good because I don't know if your people could come, but like it was on TV and everything.
Yeah.
So.
I had all my family up there, all my boys. Me and my boys stayed up. Had a wicked time. But like that game, I always used to say, "Oh, Lampard's dead. Lampard, I'm not having him. He's dead. He's dead." That game, after that game, I was like, "Lampard's a bad boy."
Is it? Did you ever play that match?
Yeah.
And Lampard,
Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Beckham, Crouch.
What would you? After that game, would you say Lampard ahead of Scholes though?
Are you mad? No way.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what you're trying to say.
No. I just always used to see Lampard like never get involved in a game, just pop up with a goal, which is a art.
I don't think he was that player at all.
Nah, but like that's how I used to see him, and then I played against him, and I was like, Jamal, like liven yourself up. He's a proper
That's why when people tell me about Lampard, all he does is score goals, I say you're doing him a disservice.
Yeah.
Lampard actually can play.
Yeah, no, he can play. He was a proper player, and it took that for me to like just stand up and just say, yeah.
What was goals like on that pitch?
You can't get near him. He's a day ahead of everybody. I'm telling you, a day ahead of everyone. A joke.
Last goal was my player. That game was so funny though. I remember watching on TV, and I don't know. Did you start that game?
Yeah.
Okay, so can you remember the national anthem for that game?
Yeah.
And then you know this Jamaica.
Yeah. Boom. Yeah.
I don't know why, but the camera went to Beckham's face. And Beckham was just like
see that game, right? We played England at Old Trafford that game, and the week before we played Ghana at Leicester.
Yeah.
And that national anthem, I swear to God, it was like a bashment tune. Like when I can't even remember the brother who was singing the anthem, but it was going off.
Yeah.
Off. It was mad. It was mad.
Yeah, that game was so funny. And then when Crouch did his stupid dance. Didn't you just want to just rattle him when you saw him doing that dance?
Just didn't have the chance.
But the thing is, you knew you weren't going to win that game, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You knew you weren't going to win that game. But 7-0 in that, like, is your head gone or is it just like, we weren't going to win anyway?
Yeah, my head was spinning. It's embarrassing, isn't it? But England are expected to win them games like that, though.
No, not Jamaica, though. But then again, I'm thinking more like the players who should, like, because Jamaica's got talented players, but that don't play for Jamaica.
Jamaica's got talented players, but like these English players on 200-300 grand a week. Like they should be like that far. This is why England annoy me and frustrate me when they go to these tournaments and they don't cut it and all the rest of it. These players are exposed to the best sports science, the best training grounds, the best everything, like earnings, and like they are exceptional players. But when they're not cutting it at that level, it frustrates me.
I think for me, I don't really support England. That's why. So it don't frustrate me. It frustrates me from a football fan point of view, just as a purist. They frustrate me because they do have the players. But I think you have to look at their management, number one. Number two, I think we downplay the impacts that the foreigners have at their clubs on them. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So when you take them away from certain players, I remember I used to say this about Lampard and that. At Chelsea, he used to be able to do what he likes. When you got Mikel, Makelele, them man, just do it. And and then when you come to England, and you got Scott Parker, even Scott Parker could play, but he's no Makelele.
Listen, please wash your mouth out because Scott Parker's a bad boy.
He could play, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
but he's no Makelele.
He's a general. Let me tell you. I know, but but you say that, but Lampard, when you go to England, he's next to Gerrard and Scholes. And like, you can't downplay them players. Like, them
I know,
players
but the job
serious.
you're asking, but it's different responsibilities.
Listen, I don't think England should have any excuses. With all the resources they got, the money that they're getting, like everything's at their disposal. We call it the greatest league in the world. And like, we're just not replicating that.
Is it the greatest league in the world because of English players though?
I don't think it's the greatest league in the world.
What do you think is the greatest league? Spain?
Yeah. I think the Spanish and I even prefer the German league.
German, that's in the last 2 years especially.
Yeah, I think the Bundesliga is serious.
I think La Liga is the definitely the best. And I think people like English. English football is, the Premier League is good for me, but it's obviously because it's fast paced and competitive. Whereas if you're looking at pure quality of football.
Yeah, technical ability and that. Yeah, La Liga, 100%.
That's why it's always funny when they want Messi to come and play in the Prem. For what?
To get his legs broken.
Did you agree with him winning Ballon d'Or?
100%.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You're not a Van Dijk guy?
Yeah, like Van Dijk.
No, to win it, I mean.
Nah. Like this guy's numbers, like it's not even real. Like he's made, what is it, 702 appearances and scored like 670 goals.
Almost as many goals.
And I think he's got 260 something assists. Like, he's an alien.
Yeah. No, I've got one guy in my group supports Liverpool. Liverpool fans don't know me, by the way. Was saying that Van Dijk deserved to win it and it was fixed and everything. And then he started naming, he was in Team of the Year. He was in, he won the Champions League, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, he had a good season.
Mm-hmm.
But really and truly, as long as Messi plays, no one should ever win it above him. Do you get what I'm saying?
When I watched that guy, did you watch the game at the weekend against Atletico? like,
you just have to respect him, innit?
He's an alien. He's not real.
Is he the greatest player you've seen?
Me and my boys were having this discussion. I'm a huge R9 fan.
Oh,
huge R9 fan. So like for me, like my top 3 in no order is, my top 4.
No one ever does it. Not even the top 5. I said 4.
Nah, my top 4 in no order.
This guy in there
is R9.
Yeah.
Messi.
Yeah.
Zizou.
Okay, thank you.
And Dino. That's my top 4. And like, I can't put them in any form of order.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to upset somebody. And them players there, like there's no other player in the world is anywhere. Maybe Cristiano because of his stats and all the rest of it, but pure ability, he's not even up there.
Yeah. For me, I'll always put Cristiano in there just because of
his stats.
His stats and get me, but natural footballing ability and whatever. Zidane for me is the best ever.
What, greater than like number 1? Yeah.
For me is number. But what I like in football is different.
No. Listen, I can't argue with that because the way he played football, the way him and Dino kick ball,
is a joke to him.
Like, it just looked so easy for them. Then you got R9, like that was my hero.
R9 for me is like. He's just there as R9. Like it's R9. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if you ask me who my favourite player ever, like Zidane, I remember there was one game that's just solidified it for me. I don't know if you remember at Bernabeu against Man United.
Yeah, of course.
And he had Scholes, Keane and Beckham around him. He didn't touch the ball. He just did something and everyone just backed off. And I was like, that's respect. The commentators started laughing.
Yeah.
But then you look at Ronaldo going to Old Trafford and banging that hat-trick and everyone just clapping him off.
These man, like Messi he's the only one in this era that can chat to them. The only one. Like, they just don't make players like them anymore.
Of who would you say Mbappe though is?
Not yet.
No, not yet, but
he's got the potential, but not yet.
I think he's the closest thing to R9 that I've seen. Not saying he's close to R9, you know.
Yeah. The closest thing.
Yeah, he's the closest thing to R9.
When he was at Barcelona, and the things I used to see him doing.
And then when he messed up his knees, comeback, still did it.
I remember the first time that I ever saw him do that tic-tac. Remember that in that European Cup final when he was playing for, I think was he at Inter?
On the side?
On the side.
Yeah.
I went crazy.
No, I remember me and my boys in it must be secondary school. We were watching him. This is when he was at Real Madrid, so secondary school, college. I don't know wherever I was at. And he had the ball in the area, and my boy goes, "Yep, it's coming." Because my boy used to love his step over. They were quick, and once he did it, you couldn't touch him. He did it in the box, penalty, and I was like, "Yeah, like you just can't touch this guy." But yeah,
did you watch it? Did you have his DVD, El Phenomenon?
No.
What?
I didn't have that DVD. I'll actually download that.
Go download that or go on YouTube or whatever. Like, I used to watch that before every game.
Oh, is it?
Every game.
Is that where you learnt most of your skills from and that?
Every game I used to watch that. Like, he used to just inspire me.
But you know who else I put up there? But this is just because of my biasness and whatever. You know Dennis Bergkamp from me, yeah?
Bad boy.
Did you see the other week? We spoke about it on the podcast, actually, when they were talking on Talk Sport that he was overrated and shouldn't be anywhere near the Premier League greats.
Like, whoever said that, like, just delete them. Like, but do you know what? As much as this pains to hurt me as well, who I used to love, Ian Wright.
Ah, come on, of course. That's righty. Come on.
The way he used to kick ball, and just, do you know what it was as well? The way he used to just have fun with it. Like his celebrations, and like, I've got the utmost respect for that guy.
Yeah, no. He's on I'm a Celebrity now, isn't it?
Yeah.
I want him to win.
He was a bad boy.
Just gets right. Who's your, like, who would you say the best player you played with is?
God, I've been asked this question so many times. That's a tough one. Like the most obvious one is Scott Parker. Like,
that's why you say these levels.
Like, honestly, like, you saying with or against?
Against.
Oh, against.
No, when I say no, with.
Yeah.
Shame.
Scott Parker, like, the most complete midfielder I've seen.
Where was this?
At Charlton. He was honestly, and seeing him train day to day, do you remember Klaus Jensen?
Of course, with the bald head in it.
They used to call him the Danish Zidane.
Yeah, I remember that.
He was, trust me, levels. He was a joke. Didn't never give the ball away.
Yeah. Was you there with that Jonathan
Johansson?
Was he there?
Yeah.
What was he like?
Not the best footballer, but just a goal scorer.
Yeah, because I remember he used to just chip in with goals all the time.
Nick a goal. This will probably be a strange one. A couple of strange ones. Paul Hartley, Scottish centre midfielder.
He's a manager now, isn't he?
Yeah. Centre mid.
Yeah.
When I'm saying I was with him at Bristol City, could not move. His passing range is probably the best that I've ever seen.
I swear.
Left foot, right foot. Couldn't move, but did not give the ball away.
Shall I tell you, did you ever play with Matt Holland?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I had a game, it's like...
Probably the worst players I've ever played with.
Really?
Crap.
Do you know what? We had a game, like a YouTube game about a year ago, and they had some players there, innit? And he was on my team. And he did... I was like, what?
See Matt Holland, right? Do you know what?
I used to think he was so rubbish, but...
No, not one of the worst... That I'm being harsh. Not one of the worst players I've played with, but the most basic, I should say. Because the fans used to go crazy at him because he used to get the ball in acres of space, take touch, and then go backwards, pass it back, like, or go side. He'd never ever drive with the ball, go forward. Made a living. He's one of them managers' pet because everybody wants a Matt Holland in their team. I mean, I remember when I was at Bristol City, we had Cole Scouse, same great ability, but like whenever you get the ball, he was just so safe. Everything was safe. Going back to your previous question, another player that I played with, like, ability, a joke, Jose Baxter.
Yeah.
Got done for, like...
Was that the Everton one?
That's him.
No, Newcastle.
That's him. No, Everton.
Was it Everton?
Everton. Like, he's let himself down so much because he got, obviously, the drugs ban and all the rest of it. But let me tell you, ability, wow. He's the closest thing that I've seen to being Spanish. Just the way he receives the ball and everything, like, his first touch buys him seconds, you know what I mean? Like, bad boy. He's at Plymouth now and it's just...
Oh, so he's still
still there. Yeah, he's still playing, but he should be like champ. He's got the ability to play Prem. The ability, but
how old is he now?
Mentality. Jose's probably like 25, 26.
He's still young. He's still young. What about against?
See, I've played against your Ronaldos and your Robinhos and...
What?
Yeah.
Man, just drop them names, bro.
Yeah, I've played against I've played against Liverpool's. I've beaten like Man United. I've beaten Liverpool. I've beaten Chelsea.
Man, just drop Ronaldo, bro. Like,
Robinho. Yeah, Robinho was a liberty. When he was at Man City, when I was at Barnsley, we played against Man City in a pre-season friendly. And it was like he was on the beach, the stuff that he was doing. He was fully enjoying.
Nah, better. So we're sticking with Ronaldo and...
Robinho, Gerrard, like Raheem Sterling, like when he was at Liverpool. Cool. Frightening Daniel Sturridge.
Could you
them
see
guys.
though from Raheem Sterling that he was going to be?
I just couldn't believe how sharp he was.
Mm.
He is mad. And do you know how strong he is for his
But you
size?
see that when he played.
He is powerful.
Mm.
He is powerful.
Okay, cool. So looking back on your career, and this is probably something that you've thought about, do you ever sit there and think, did I achieve everything I should have achieved or that I wanted to achieve?
I think I overachieved.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah. I think I definitely overachieved.
That's probably why you're so cool with it.
Yeah, I never in a million years thought I'd play at the levels that I did for so long as well.
Mm.
I'll be honest with you, I played with so many players that I thought were a lot better than me that have fallen by the wayside. That have dropped out of the game way before me. Like one of my best friends, who I grew up with, used to live with, Jerome Thomas.
Oh, he's at Chelsea, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I have no problem in saying it's like me and Jerome used to be tight, used to live together. Like he's still my boy and all the rest of it. Lived together, grew up together. And I used to when I used to watch him play, I used to idolize the way he played, his technique and the way he used to move the ball and that. But he, for me, with the ability that he still had a good career, but he underachieved. For me, he underachieved.
I didn't want to see him leave Arsenal.
Yeah. He left Arsenal, went to Charlton. That
Yeah.
probably blocked my pathway going through.
Oh, is it?
But we were still boys. Like it is what it is. And for the time that we was there together, it was we had fun and blah blah blah. But that probably blocked my pathway.
I might get him on, actually.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. He talked some real stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was for me. He underachieved in his career. He had really good money, but I think that clouded what he could have done and what he should have done.
Yeah,
personally.
Yeah, obviously you don't know. I was young then, so I when he left Arsenal, I was just like, why?
Jerome, his ability, and that's just one player.
I remember at West Brom, and he did all right at West Brom, but he was better than them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Jerome had mad ability. And I'm just saying him off the top of my head because he's a close friend. But it's people like that. So going back to your original question, I think I've overachieved. I think I just grafted and worked hard to get where I have now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, it's interesting you say that, man. That you overachieved. You normally hear people say they achieved what they wanted to achieve or they didn't.
Wow. No, I'm over the moon with what I've done, trust me. I couldn't look back and say not that I've got one regret. My one regret is never playing abroad. When I've had a couple of opportunities to go abroad, and I've never done that. And the other one, not a regret, but I wish I would have maybe waited a little bit longer, as I should have stayed at Charlton a little bit longer just to hold on, because I think I would have got my opportunity to play more regularly. But I was just so in a rush to just play first team football.
Why didn't you go abroad?
Couple of things. One, I squeaked it. And two, Chris Kwamia, when I was at Notts County, pulled the rug from under my feet. Had San Jose Earthquakes.
Yeah.
MLS, they were really keen on doing something. And he gave me a bad reference, said I'm a bad egg. And
really?
Yeah.
I really want to know what happened between you and Chris Kwamia.
Nah, nothing. I'm keeping it real. It's just we had words, and when you just don't see eye to eye.
Yeah.
That was purely it. There's no real underlying
Was there something that triggered it for you to have those words, or just?
Yeah, I just thought that he was a part of why Keith Carroll left, and that didn't sit right with me, and especially when I thought that we was going to do something good that year, and I felt it just upset the apple cart, and the team was never the same.
But you can do that when you're the best on the team, though.
Yeah, but that kind of affected me for a couple of months, and then the next season he was still there, and then he got sacked pretty early. And then Sean Derry come in, who was brilliant for me as well. Sean Derry was unbelievable for me. He's probably a reason why I got my move as well to Sheffield United, because he was great for me.
Was Keith Curl your best manager?
I've had a few, so probably Keith Curl, Sean Derry, Simon Davey when I was at Barnsley. Them managers that let me go and be free, just let me be me.
Apart from Chris Kwamia, who would you say not your worst manager, but managers that maybe just weren't the right fit for you, let's say?
Maybe Nigel Clough.
Really?
Yeah, he was. I didn't mind Cloughie, but he signed me, but like for some reason, it just didn't seem like he took to me. At one point, I was our top goal scorer, and I think I'd scored like 7 and 10, but he'd just do anything to leave me out.
I was just about to say that. Like, he comes across as a manager who, if you're not playing, like, you won't know why.
Yeah, he'd never pull you.
Yeah.
Like the team, like he was big on doing everything himself. He'd never named the team the day before because he was worried about players telling their mates at another team, the team's this, that, and the other. So we'd get to a stadium at like 2:10. Normally, like on average, you'd get to a ground at like 1:30 to prepare. He was like, nah, it's too early. Get there at like 2:10. Then you walk in the change room and the team would just be up on the thing, on the board. And like he'd never pull you or anything and like tell you he's leaving you out or why or whatever.
And if you try to talk to him about it, what happened?
I suppose if you talk to him, he'd talk to you. I've never been big on that, going to a manager. Because it always feel like you're begging to play.
Yeah.
So like, and when you do get your chance, they're like, see, gave you a chance, you never took it. So like, I've just always just let my football do the talking.
Have you got kids?
Yeah.
How many?
3.
Boys?
2 boys, 1 girl.
Are your boys old enough to know if they want to play football or not?
Yeah, I've got a 12-year-old.
Does he want to play football?
Yeah.
Is he good?
He's decent. He's had trials at Leicester. Yeah.
So would you want your kids to go down that route?
If they wanted. I have no qualms in my boys being a footballer or not being a footballer. Just I want them to take the path that they want to take.
Would you say it's easy, not easy, but it's easier for younger boys to get into football teams because, you know, when their dad is a footballer himself?
No, not necessarily. I wouldn't say that, no.
Because if one of your old club mates or friends...
I think it's harder because there's going to be that much pressure on the boy and all the rest of it. I think it's a lot harder if like people just sign in like my boys because like I'm Jamal Campbell-Ryce and whatever. Like there's like, for example, we've got Tyreek Hyde at Colchester.
Yeah.
Who's Micah Hyde's son. So in straight away, Micah Hyde was a baller.
Yeah.
Never used to give the ball away. But Ty is a completely different player to him. He's more of a number 8 box-to-box midfielder. So, but straight away, people just compare him to his old man, which I think is difficult for the boy to go and create his own DNA.
Do you think he feels that as well?
I think there'll be an element of that. Maybe subconsciously, he's trying not to think it, but it happens, you know what I mean? But I think it's difficult. You just all, like my boy plays up front. Yeah. So straight away, he's completely different to me. But yeah, I think it is tough. I think it is tough, yeah.
Okay. So what's next? Just the coaching?
Yeah. Coaching, just see, listen.
Are you in love with coaching though?
I wouldn't say I'm in love with it. Like I'm in love with playing football. Not in love with coaching, but I've got a buzz off of it.
But you still want to play?
Yeah, I still want to play.
How much longer you reckon you can go for now?
I reckon I could play another year or 2.
Would you consider dropping down?
If it was right, if it made sense, then why not?
Okay. How far would you go down though?
This is the thing, because my frustration levels would get higher. I don't know. It just,
trust me, it would.
Yeah, I don't know. It just depends. If it made sense, then why not? Who knows?
Did you get... So Colchester's coming with the player manager thing, just to go back to Colchester. But was it a thing where you weren't getting offers? Or...
Yeah, that's the thing. So in the summer, I went back to Barnet. Went back to Barnet, and like I know Darren Curry there, and a couple of my boys are still there at Barnet. So I was just ticking over, just keeping fit in the summer. So I was there, and like he was just saying, look, you can just train here for as long as you want, blah, blah, blah. It'd be good for you to be in and around the boys and help us out and with your experience and this, that, and the other. Then literally, I was there a couple of weeks, about 3 weeks. Then I got that call. So like, but that was the only call that I had.
Yeah.
You get to this age, like I've had like people like, I haven't got an agent anymore because I don't need one. I know enough people in football. But like, speak to people and they'll be like, oh, we're looking for younger. And that was the general consensus that everybody wants younger now. Everybody wants that one that they think they can sell on rather than pay Joe Bloggs 50 quid. They'd rather get a kid for 30 quid. You know what I mean? With that potential sell on.
It's funny you say it because when I look at your, what do you call it? Your wiki. I look at, so Barnet, 2018, 56 appearances. And literally, straight after Barnet, it just drops, like, in regards to how much you're being used and...
See, so...
Was that injury or was that...
So, I'll tell you what happened. So, when I was at Barnet, when I first signed there, I signed under Martin Allen and Mad Dog. And he was top man, to be fair.
Yeah.
Like, he is crazy, but I buzzed off him. And then he left. Then we had a couple managers. We had Ross Eames was the latest one that come in and he was brilliant for me then. Do you know Graham Wesley?
No.
He was the old Stevenage manager, like madman. No. It was him and Dino Marmari at Stevenage, like just nobody wanted to play under them. Anyway, Graham Wesley come in and we had a Barney from before when I was at Notts County and he was Preston manager. I broke one of his lads' legs, Scott Laird. It was a tackle. To be fair, I was blocking a tackle. He's crossed the ball and kicked me and broken his leg.
Did you do anything?
So I've just basically stuck my foot out and he's wrapped his foot around my leg and it broke. Completely unintentional.
Did that do anything for you or was it just like it was accident?
Just accident. I haven't like gone in. Like he's kicked me. Anyway, so he's come in, like me and him after that game had a row, whatever. He's come in as Barnet manager. Straight away, I was like, look, I said to him, is this going to be a problem? He's like, nah, the pass is the pass. I was captain of Barnet this time.
Yeah.
Played every game, was a top goal scorer. This was December coming into January. I played every game. First game that he's in charge, dropped. Never touched a bit. Second game, dropped. Then Lincoln and Carlisle come in for me. Lincoln and Barnet couldn't agree a deal. Ended up going Carlisle to the end of the season. Yeah. Under Keith Curl. Was injured a lot of the time. Probably, I think I made like 5-6 appearances. But it got me away from that manager. Then that was the end of that. And then, so last season was at Stevenage and it was under Dino Marmaria. Ironically, Graham Wesley's assistant. And he just, that me and him just did not see eye to eye. Yeah. He was just, I think I made like 15 appearances, but he was a nightmare. Like I'm like 36 and he's training me like a 50, how he would a 17-year-old, 18-year-old.
You're a big man now, you know, so.
But he doesn't like that. He doesn't like people having an opinion. So because I was quite vocal, a lot of bands, but like, I've earned the right to have a voice. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm not going to hide that fact. So, I just wasn't used as much. But it was cool. Like, it's life, innit? If you want to use me, I'm here. If you don't, it is what it is. I've had my career. I'm happy.
Trust. But yeah, man, it's been an absolute blast. I can hear them outside. But hope you've enjoyed.
Yeah.
Come back, man.
Yeah, 100%.
Come back.
Or invite me.
Yeah, come. I'll look, you've said that now.
Yeah, so invite me. I'll be back.
Cool. Happy, But guys, keep liking, subscribing, sharing. We've got a couple more guests. We've got one massive one before the end of the year, just trying to get over the line. So, keep liking, subscribing, sharing, all that good stuff. And get at us, get at Jamal. I'm going to put you're on Instagram? Yeah. I'm going to put your Instagram and all your Twitter. Do you want to put it out? No? Or it's going to be in the description anyway. So.
Yeah, you can do it.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, so you can get it and follow him. #CounterAttack Podcast. And we're out.